So for planning, the question was about my client, and I feel that my client actually does not have a actual plan. After watching the video, I realized that they probably didn't have this idea, or not idea, but basically like they didn't have the person that is a PR professional or somebody that could help guide them through these planning process of when it in terms of public relations. So I know that it doesn't seem like they have a plan. However, I think what I would suggest for them to do is actually create either media oriented or a oriented strategy. And I would say, for if we do if I could suggest to them, or actually I'm gonna go ahead and suggest it to them, that they should do a media oriented strategy, or create a media oriented strategy and plan, and to be able to improve our recruitment using social media. What I've noticed in the past, when I first started looking into UW Army ROTC, is that they didn't have consistency in terms of social media. I did not see a lot of posts, or a lot of things that they talk about or show, photos or videos. Like, they are very rare to find. And I think that comes into play with the fact that the way each semester works is the positions of the people who run these things are actually replaced each semester. So I think that's where consistency comes into play, inconsistency comes into play. However, I think if they do have a set strategy and tactics that's already written down and written down and actually passed on to each person that would actually be taking in the position each semester, then I think that would bring in the consistency in the content, media content, digital content in terms of social media. And I know one thing that they just did recently is actually start an Instagram page, because the target audience that they are trying to reach are the more recruits, and having these more social media content can actually show new potential cadets from high schools and parents that would be sending their children to college, that regardless of having COVID, or having to deal with COVID, um, UW Army ROTC is still actually doing this, doing the best they can to do in-person tactical training operations, and still be able to teach cadets how to become better leaders, and how to actually be learn military operations and army operations and all that stuff, with the use of, with still implementing and following COVID guidance. And I think that's one big thing that impacted the situation when in terms of recruitment for UW Army ROTC. So I think, it either targeted or target oriented or media oriented strategy would work for either, for the intent of what the organization is actually prioritizing right now, is actually recruitment. I know we were impacted with COVID, that we had several cadets or potential cadets that decided that they're not coming to college because of the COVID restraints, or the fear of the parents that um, because COVID is existing, and it's something that could make somebody double have second thoughts about going and joining the Army ROTC. But I think if they are consistent with producing those media content or social media content, then it would help show how UW Army ROTC is still considering social distancing, knowing that there is COVID, and they are still wearing masks as part of the uniform and all this stuff. So, using photos, videos, some interviews, and some articles, and still be able to actually talk about um how does UW Army ROTC creates future officers, U.S. Army officers, and that's very important because that could help boost the program itself to get more recruits and get more interest from potential cadets that could enter and join the program, or the UW Army ROTC program. So I think that would be a suggestion that I would give them, and I would probably tell them that anyway. So yeah,